Welcome to this new latest travel local video podcast. This time I am again in Milano and recording with the Xperia X. Oh yeah, the Xperia X. This older Sony Sailfish OS device. Um, I decided that will be reviewed. There will be a retro review. Because it's still a Sailfish OS pure, it's still a Sailfish OS device. For sure, if you stay with if you look at the pure Sailfish OS experience. It's late January, and there was the Volla Phone video. That was a nice collaboration with Volla, with the startup Volla, and I hope that they will meet their target, their Kickstart target. We are the Davis. I hope that they will do that. And it's now think to watch at next targets. That on February, March, and one video will be for sure about the Xperia X, because it was left video dedicated on the Xperia X. A second video that will be out in February will be finally the iOS, matching iOS with Sailfish Volume 3. There will be some. It will be a sort of recap, a third episode with newer, stronger iOS features that are matched in Sailfish OS. And sometimes you never notice that if you don't go searching and ruminating and searching again on the Jolla Harbor and on the other open repo / Storeman store. This because sometimes the best, the smartest Sailfish OS app are the one on Storeman instead of the one on Jolla Harbor for some reason, I don't know. A third video that will be out on late February, early March, and will be the main video of the month. I decided to do a 1 month mainly high quality video, like the longer video, like the Volla Phone 1. We are Sforzesco Castle. There will be a video, a longer comparative video between the actual family, Xperia 10 versus Xperia X2 versus Xperia X. A sort of group review where after having using them across the latest years, it's time to see in the same video which is better in which field or on which aspect. And we are on the west-north side edge of the Piazza Duomo, Milano. Test in the zoom. Madunina. We are on the guardrail, decorated. This is a quiet day for Milano standards. So there is a first recap about the next weeks on Jolla-Devices site. I will visit Milano, and maybe there will be some extra footage recorded today on the Xperia 10. I already been there on this place, and it's a sort of benchmarking. This camera has good detail, The exposure is not that balanced, but just enough. And as all the Xperia X camera works better on overexposure. There are a lot of detail on strong light and a nice zoom. This camera is not bad, it's not bad. It's not bad, it's not bad. The typical Milanese tram. Of course, there is not any optical or digital or software stabilization that may be present on the Sony side, like the Sony Steady Shot. That's not that strong, I have to say, but on recording it may make more smooth the steps. I am pointing on lower, pointing on the ground, to not filming people. Here is, this image is a typical sample of when Xperia X work fine. Strong light. Xperia X is still good enough. Do not underestimate this X flagship Sony phone. If you have it, you can even hold with him for 1 year, or use it as secondary home device, or secondary for travel, for sport design, for sport design. The typical smartphone to put on the arm when running, or a smartphone that you leave in the spogliatoio, the toilets, when you soccer or go to run. The display is also feature. Oops. The display feature the triluminous Sony so-called triluminous technology. I don't know how much is marketing and how much is technology, but few years ago Sony was pointing a lot on the triluminous technology on its TV and screens. But there is something true. If you look with attention and compare the X2 and the Xperia X, you will note that all these smaller, triluminous, more luminous screen with way more saturated colors. I think it has a 40% margin of more luminosity, more light. I am not precise, so I don't measure with the instruments, but it has a max luminosity very high. Even the color are probably a lot too much saturated, but a lot of people like that color. The XH2 Plus is less saturated, and probably color are right. The color are more precise. Also, I noticed that the Xperia X is warming up so fastly and a little so much. I seen temperature on 37-39 degrees when using YouTube, etc. It don't become too much warm, but it's constantly warm. So the good advice is the one of to pair the Xperia X with a silicone case or plastic case. There is a good one from Sony. I don't remember the code. And in that way you protect your device, but also you didn't touch the back of the Xperia X because the back it's done by a so cheap plastic frame. It's this one. It's plastic, a little thin plastic side, and I think that when the chipset, the CPU warms, you feel immediately the hot on your fingers. We are under Torre Velasca. Zoom is powerful, and there is just enough resolution. I already was there. We already stayed there. I recorded this building with the OnePlus in a previous video podcast, and you notice how much more resolution and more zoom ability has the Xperia X than the OnePlus 6. Okay, there is some white balance issue. It's more red. I see it as yellowish, but how much zoom? We are in Milan. Let's head on Vicolo, Santa Caterina Vicolo. The black is not compensated, but boom, a lot of guano. Basically there is not exposure compensation. When there is a strong light and a dark shadow, the camera is not even trying a compensation. Vivo sono partigiano perciò odio chi non parteggia odio indifferente. By Gramsci. Nice written murale, and we are to the Red Church and the University of Milan. Unimi. Again, no compensation, but the trick is to point on the shadow, and the camera fastly refocus everything, rebalance. Nice piazzetta. Typical Milanese piazzetta? No. Here are against this old church made mostly by brick, red brick and Istria stone and the red brick you see in Venice. And here is the Ca Granda, the old headquarters of the Unimi, a very nice old medieval complex. And there is this long perspective. This electric car. There are the first electric car Colonnina in Italy appearing. Focus. Sometimes the focus is not focusing. Or better, on the Sailfish there is a fixed focus. We are in Sailfish 2.2.1, because I wanted to test the old gesture, and on this version the focus is fixed. I think it's a 5-6 meter focus, and if you zoom you look is autofocus, so it's not a panoramic focus. Let's try again. Yes, the focus is a fixed focus about on 5 to 10 meters, about. The nicest part, as you see, there is good detail. The red is a little yellowish, I don't know why. Okay, we are in the nice fixed focus range, so there is all the detail up to max. So do not undervalue your Xperia X camera. If you are in this mid-range range, you can see all decoration on capitello. Here we are a little out of focus. We are on the chiostro, on the closed promenade, on the northern side of Ca Grande. We are indoor than before. It's all brick, red bricks on a cross. Cross. This was a closed garden where to walk on this ancient hospital, the first Milan hospital, medieval. The portico, here is the touristic information, the portico in the infirmary. As you see, the focus sadly is fixed, and Xperia X is not refocusing. But if you stay in range and zoom, no. Okay, there is flaws related to the fixed focus. This was probably solved on Sailfish OS 3 later version. I don't know, I don't remember. I don't remember in Xperia 10, I think it's still with this issue on the later. To check our precedent footstep path, we were there. Nice lens flare, no, not bad. Okay, if you have a firm hand and walk like a ninja, you can even avoid the vibration, but you have to walk like a ninja. There are working, restoring, recovering, and adaptation to security by years on this side. This because it's an old building and it needed to be updated to the recent security rules, security laws. I have to say that this camera is really true. It shot exactly what you see. Probably the shadow are too much black than in reality. But it's not a camera that change the reality or that overexposure automatically everything. you have to be careful on where you're pointing your center point, on light, on black, and it's compensate. If you do this, you get a black and a light. Sure. Piazza San Babila. I am now back to Robbiate, to the big tree, Robbiate tree. And one more thing about the Volla Phone that I tested 1 week ago. It's a promising device because it was an early porting. At the time is that it lasted 2 days of battery, and following the technicians from Volla, the power management was not uploaded, was not present. So there are good margin for a better autonomy. The device felt like a sort of X2 Plus, same weight, but with more screen, with a better screen body ratio, and with a similar quality, manufacturing quality, even if I have to say that the X2 Plus it's overall better. It's a Sony device, and it was a sort of mid-range, semi-flagship 1 year ago. So the X2 normal, the normal X2, it feels smaller with similar quality, but the X2 Plus, I have to say honest, a little better. Another thing, there was the Volla Phone was not working in the camera, but it was planned, being an early porting, that features were not, there wasn't an attempt to add. They will come later. I don't know if the porting will be make public, or if it will be done only by Volla, or if there is already someone in the Germany community that's doing there, but it's promising, and there may be on September, on October, probably 90% or fully working Sailfish OS version of Volla.